All right, everyone. First, I just want to start out by saying Happy Veterans Day. Got any fellow veterans here? As is their right to take off for. Trust me, 3 tours of Iraq, I'm usually 9 sheets to the wind every day of the week. But if you haven't thanked a veteran today yet, feel free to thank me later by contributing to my GoFundMe campaign. I am raising money to pay off the alimony to my ex-wife. I got divorced earlier this year. No, don't worry, it wasn't a failed marriage. It was a successful divorce. I kept the house. But ever since my divorce, I've been thinking about a lot of things. Like, was I a good enough husband? Was I romantic enough? Were those pictures of my wife's vagina on her phone really worth for a gynecologist appointment? It's like, gee, honey, I know why you had to spread your legs so wide, but why are you on a bed of rose petals wearing fishnet stockings? But the real question, I was wondering, like, am I cursed or am I just really unlucky in love? So I started thinking about my first attempt at a relationship. So back in high school, I was on the wrestling team. This is back when I could still wear a one piece without my man titties popping out. And I had this huge crush on one of our stat girls. Now, a stat girl was the ones who kept score during all of our matches. And I really wanted Amy to keep score during my matches. I wanted her to watch me every time I took a guy to the ground, every time I scored a go behind, every time I had him in a cradle, every time I held him tight, close to me in a bear hug. I wanted Amy to watch me every time I scored with a guy. It's not as gay as it sounds. It's a sport. It's a lot of fun. So one Saturday, all the stat girls invited me to the movies, and they told me Amy had a crush on me too. So I get to the movies, and I find out they also invited Frank. Frank was an asshole.
They all are.
Right? All Franks are assholes. So this guy, Frank, he would always hang out with the stat girls, trying to hook up with them at practice, at our meets, at our tournaments. And so I walk into the theater, and I go to sit down next to Amy, and Frank is sitting on the other side of her with the armrest up. Yeah, fuck Frank. But I had a move I was going to do. So I go to the concession stand, I get a bucket of popcorn. Because what I want to do, I want to reach into the popcorn at the same time as Amy. And then we're going to touch hands, we're going to giggle, have a nervous glance, all blush like Elmer Fudd after getting kissed by Bugs Bunny and drag. It's going to be so romantic. So I come back into the movie theater, and Frank has switched seats with Amy. Cock-blocking son of a bitch, right? Fuck Frank.
Frank's an asshole.
Right? His middle name is Asshole.
There you go.
Actually, I think it was Marvin, but anyways. So not only did he switch seats with Amy, but when I sat next to him, he took my popcorn and put it in his lap. But I still had to make my move. So I saw Amy reach over for the popcorn. I reached over, and I got a handful of hairy, sweaty knuckles of Frank's. But all is not lost. By the end of the night, I did finally get the girl. And Amy became my very first girlfriend. Well, it lasted 4 days, but thanks. You never forget your first. So that Monday morning, I'm in the bathroom, and Frank comes in, and he takes the urinal next to mine, because he's an asshole. And he says to me, so, you're dating Amy now. Well, I hope she makes you happy, and then he just walks out. Well, turns out, about a year later, Frank came out of the closet to the whole school. And that's when I realized, that day at the theater, he wasn't cock-blocking me. He was poon-blocking Amy. When I grabbed his hand of the popcorn, he was using my move on me. He wasn't coming to our matches like filled with the stat girls. He just needed an excuse to to look at a bunch of teenage boys rolling around the ground wearing leotards. And you don't need an excuse for that. But see, yeah, still, fuck Frank. So the real lesson is, be careful who you're going after, because she might not, or he might not be the one, and you never know if you have your own Frank who really wants to show you a good time. In fact, that morning in the bathroom, he didn't even pee. I think he just wanted to whip out his junk just to show me what I'm missing out on. And today, Frank is probably out in West Hollywood, cock blocking like a motherfucker. Thank you.